All right, welcome again, everybody, to our Saturday morning breakfast call for Postcard Networker. It's Saturday, June 22nd, 2019. My name is Joel Broughton, and hey, let's get right into it. So today I just want to talk to you about direct mail. I want to talk to you about sending letters, sending postcards, sending things through the mail. You know, with the advent of the internet, 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, however long it's been going now, direct mail is not dead. Direct mail is, I think it's making a bit of a resurgence, and you know, just by looking at some of the numbers over the last couple of years, it definitely is continuing to grow. It's continuing to get bigger. It's continuing to get easier for everybody to do. So as you continue to build your business, you can rest assured that you know, the U.S. Postal Service is going to continue to deliver your mail, going to continue to, you know, help you build your business in a very simple and easy way. So let's talk about, you know, how to actually properly use direct mail. I'm going to share 7 things with you that you definitely need to be aware of when you're building a business through the mail. Okay, so the first thing is volume, and I talk about this constantly, and I really can't stress it enough. Okay, I really feel that if you only knew, and if everybody only knew how much mail or how many postcards or how many pieces of you know, advertising actually go out to prospects to be able to help build my business and the business of so many of the top leaders that are doing well, and the, you know, direct mail owners and people that run systems, and the people that really want to make a difference and do this full time. If you actually knew the amount, the real volumes that are going out, you would realize that you've got to kick it up a little bit. Okay, you've got to get going a little bit more. And there's really just two ways that you can increase your volume, right? You send more mail, or you get more of your team to send more mail. Okay, those are the only 2 ways that you can increase your volume. So if we're looking at kind of when we're first getting started, I mean, this is the hardest thing for a brand new person to really realize or to really fathom or understand, is that, you know, you kind of get into a new business, into a, you know, mail order business or into a postcard business, and you're sitting there thinking, well, you know, I kind of want to get started. I'm going to start with sending 100 postcards a month, or 200 or 500 postcards a month. And you feel really good about that. Okay, because, and maybe you bumped it up. Maybe you're like, wow, I'm going to send, you know, 500 postcards, and this is going to be great every month. And it kind of gets expensive, right? Because the stamps alone on 500 postcards times 35 cents, like, what is that? Like $175 just in stamps. Never mind the cost of actually the leads and the postcards and everything else. But 500 postcards a month really isn't a lot, right? Like, in the big scheme of things. Okay. It's not going to make you rich. It's not going to generate enough leads for you to generate a huge business. 500 postcards is not going to even put a dent in where you want to go with your business. However, 500 postcards a month will start helping you to recruit other people, to build your team. It'll start helping you to grow your business, okay, and grow your team so that you can generate other people to do the same thing. Okay, so you can start getting other people to work with you to kind of grow your business. Okay, so the 500 postcards a month, okay, or 200 or 100 or 1,000 or whatever it is that you're doing, the goal is never to get rich with your direct mail. I've been doing this for 15, 16, 17 years now. Okay, sending mail, sending letters. The goal is never to get rich sending my own mail. The goal is always, 100% always, okay, to increase my volume based on all of the other people that I'm working with. Okay, that's your goal too. Your goal isn't just to be someone in the system. Your goal is to create your own team of people and to build your own team of people that are also mailing with you, okay? Because for you to have success in postcard marketing, for you to have success in direct mail of any kind, you need to have 20,000 pieces going out every month, 30,000 pieces, 50,000 pieces, okay, going out every single month for your business. That's the kind of scale you need for you to start making some decent money, okay? Like 30, 50, 60,000 pieces of mail or 1,000 postcards for you to be able to make some decent money, okay, in your team. Now, the flip side is you can do that volume yourself, okay? If you want to send 50,000 letters out with an offer on it, you can 100% do it all yourself, generate a good income yourself. I mean, that's what a lot of the direct mail kind of system owners do. Anybody that runs their own direct mail business, okay? I have no problem myself sending out 50,000 pieces of mail as long as I know that the piece works, as long as I know I'm going to get a return, as long as I know the leads are good, etc. You could literally go full-time in this industry right now if you were willing to send out 50,000 letters a month. I can get you the leads, okay? I can get you the printing. Here's the problem, though, is that the stamps themselves are going to cost about 25 grand every single month, right? I mean, that's the flip side. You could spend $25,000 on stamps. On printing is probably another, $25,000. It's going to cost you about $50,000 this month to send your direct mail. And that's why most people go to kind of more of a leverage model, right? Because most people don't have $50,000 to drop on a mailing, hoping it's going to work. I mean, I would never spend $50,000 on a mailing if I didn't know for sure that it was going to work. I'm going to test it first on a smaller level, right? Send out a couple thousand pieces, see if it works, and then scale it up, right? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, eventually get up to 50,000. But if you want to go full-time in direct mail, no problem. Just send the volume, 50,000 pieces a month. You're full-time. Okay, you're generating enough profit from that mailing to not only pay for the next mailing, okay, but also to put money in your pocket to be able to live very comfortably. Okay, pay all your rent, pay all your bills, buy a new car, do all that kind of stuff. Okay? The other way to get to the volume, though, is through leverage, right? And that's what most of us do. And that's why I create the systems I do for you guys, like through Postcard Networker, because I understand that most people don't have $50,000 to spend on a direct mail campaign. And even if you did have $50,000, you probably would be too nervous to spend it on a direct mail campaign, okay, to be able to go full-time and get this business going. The great thing about direct mail is it works very consistently all the time once you have a piece that works. The bad thing about direct mail is that you got to test, see if it works, right? You've got to try it. You've got to risk some money, okay? So that's why we lean on affiliates. That's why we lean on the leverage of other people and building a team and helping everybody, so that you don't have to personally send out 50,000 postcards or 50,000 letters. You can send out your 200 a month instead of 50,000 a month, right? or you can send out 500 a month. You can go get another 100 people to send out 500 a month, and you've got your 50,000. Once you get 100 people sending out 500 postcards a month, you're probably full-time. I would say there's a good chance that you're full-time in this industry, okay, making enough money, generating enough leads, building a big enough team, okay? Just in case you were wondering, like, but Joel, how much does it really take? I would say 100 people sending out 500 postcards a month in your team. Doesn't have to be personal. It can be 5 generations below you, okay? You're pretty much guaranteed to be full-time at that point, okay? Well, Joel, I only have one other person sending out postcards with me. Okay, great. Well, you only need 99 more. You got to build some. I mean, there's only 2 options to get to the volume. You pay for it, or you build a team and they pay for it, right? I've set up the system to help you grow your team so that you don't have to front all the bill. But those are the only 2 options. You have to get to the volume to create enough advertising to be able to generate the money that you want. Okay, that's number 1. Let's talk about number 2. Quality leads. If you go into a business and you just randomly prospect people that aren't interested in your business or in your company or in your offer, you will not succeed, ever. Period. Doesn't matter. Okay? Like, if you're selling real estate, if you're selling houses, and you send out direct mail pieces to people who already own their house, and you're trying to sell them another house, you will fail. You will fail 99.9% of the time. There might be some random person one time that wants to buy a second house in the area that you're selling houses. But again, you want to find people looking for houses, not people that own a house already, not looking for houses. Okay? Same thing goes in direct mail, business opportunities, and network marketing. We want to find people looking for a business opportunity or that are pre-proposed or predisposed, or whatever the word is, predisposed to looking for a business opportunity or a network marketing company because they already have previously purchased something like what we're selling. We have quality leads. I know where all the brokers are. I know who all the people are. We know how to generate them ourselves. So between all the leads that we generate ourselves and the leads that are generated through other people, that's where we get our leads. They're all buyers. They're all people that are similar to me and you, that want to make money from home, that have done it before, that want to do it again. That's the best place to get leads. Now, there's going to be people out there that try to shortcut and say, well, I'll sell you 5,000 peel and stick labels for your business for $20. Folks, it's a waste of time. Okay? Buying cheap leads is the worst thing you can do for your business. There's only one reason why. Okay? Because it's not the leads that are the problem. Right? The problem is, sure, you only spent $20 on leads. Who cares? Right? It's only $20. The problem is, to send out those 5,000 pieces of mail, it's going to cost you $2,500. Now, are you really going to spend $2,500 on stamps alone to send pieces of mail to $20, like to leads that cost you $20? Like, that just doesn't make any sense, right? Leads in this industry will cost you anywhere from 15 to 25 cents a lead, period. If you're paying less than 15 cents a lead, you got to question where you're getting the leads from. Okay? Mailing addresses, 15 to 25 cents a lead, period. You're paying 1 cent a lead, 2 cents a lead, throw them in the trash. They're not worth the paper that they're printed on. You will get nowhere without good leads. Okay? let's just leave that one at that. That one's pretty simple. Sales copy. So sales copy is kind of funny because you can either write it yourself, have somebody else write it for you, or use somebody else's. I learned how to write my own sales copy over years of practice, over years of study, over years of reading, over years of listening to audios. It kind of comes naturally to me, but I still have to work at it. And the number one thing I still have to do is test it. Okay? Sometimes I write sales copy or I make a video or an audio or something like that, and I think it's great. I just am like, man, that's good. So excited about it. And I launch it out and it falls flat. Sometimes that happens. Because it's really the customer that decides if your sales copy is any good, not you, right? Like, you're not deciding if people are going to buy or not. The people are going to decide, okay? So the number one thing with sales copy is it doesn't matter where you get it from, whether I write it, you write it, somebody else writes it, somebody else already has it. You still have to test it. You still have to see if it works or not, okay? The number one thing that I see people make mistakes with is they get into a business and they just like let it rip. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 pieces. And they lose all their money and they can't do it again because they lost all their money. Okay, if you're going to test something, test it with 2,000 to 5,000 pieces of mail. Don't test it with 300. Don't test it with 500. It's not going to work. 2,000 to 5,000 pieces of mail, you can have a good test to see if something works or not. Okay? 2,000 to 5,000 pieces, you'll see if your sales copy works or not. Tweak it a little bit, test it again. Tweak it a little bit, test it again. Okay? And if it's working really good, don't ever change it. Just let it rip until it doesn't work anymore. Okay? Until it's run its course. And some letters will run their course and other letters will run for 10 years. Okay? I've had letters that I've used before that have literally run without changing even pictures or graphics or anything on them, colors, changing nothing on them, for probably 7 to 10 years. And I think the only reason why I stopped using them is because I just decided to stop using them. I'm pretty sure they were still working, okay, at the time that we stopped those letters. Okay, I've got letters that I've written before that still would work to today, and I'm not even using right now. Okay, to generate income. That's one of the things I talked about a few weeks ago, is that you kind of get bored with stuff sometimes, right? You want to try something new and exciting. Well, I do that too. I've got letters that would generate us money. They're generate us all money right now. We could send them out. I'm just not using them. Okay? But the number one thing with the sales copy is that you've got to just find good sales copy. You've got to test stuff until you find something good, and then it'll probably just continue working. The majority of the time, it'll just continue working the exact same as working. The great thing about sales copy, too, is that it generally tends to not drastically change the conversion as you continue to run it. So if you send out a piece of mail and it's generating a 2% response, it probably won't ever generate a 12% response, even if you keep running it. Or a 7% response, or a 5% response. It'll probably just keep doing 2. Okay? So don't ever expect drastic changes. It might do 2.5. It might do 1.5. It probably won't barrel out to 0, and it probably won't go to 4. Okay? It'll probably stick around 2, 2.2, 2.5, 1.8. Okay, once you've tested it out, and then you tend to get those results on 2,000 to 5,000 pieces of mail. It'll probably continue around the same percentage, okay, of response. But you have to test stuff, okay, period, end of story. The offer is really important too. Number 4 is, listen, you've got to have something that people are interested in. You've got to have something that provides value. You've got to have something exciting. You've got to have a business that people are excited about to get it going. If you don't have a good offer, Doesn't matter how great your sales pitch is. Doesn't matter how great your leads are. Doesn't matter how many pieces you send, right? If you have a crummy offer that nobody wants, or if the price is too high, or if the price is too low, nobody will buy it. Okay? So it doesn't matter how great your sales pitch is. Like at the end of it, if you're like, hey, I've got this thing that you're going to buy, it's a business opportunity, and it's $7,000, and if you haven't sold it enough and people really don't want it, they're not going to give you $7,000 for it. On the flip side, sometimes prices are too low. If you have this great sales pitch and you offer it for $7, people are like, it's only $7, probably not really that good, right? Probably not going to provide me the value that I really want. It's only $7, right? So you got to find a good price point, and you've got to find a good offer that works for people. The other thing with your offer that I want to point out is that it's got to be high enough of a dollar value for you to actually make money, for you personally to make money, okay? You don't want to be selling stuff that's like $5. You don't want to be selling recurring stuff constantly for like $10, $20 only. You've got to sell stuff that's going to generate you an income. Okay, $50, $100, $200, $500, $1,000, right? Like you've got to generate enough income coming in from your sales to cover your mail costs and to generate a profit. Okay, so consider that as you're building your business. Something might convert really good, but if you're only bringing in $20 every time, maybe it's not going to work out. Yeah, if you're only bringing in $3, probably not going to pay for stamps. Okay, but if it's bringing in $100, $50, $200, $500, $2,000, okay, now we're talking. It's definitely going to be big enough for you to be able to convert into some good cash flow. Number 5, leverage. We already talked about this in the volume. The only way to get enough volume is through leverage. The only way to build a successful direct mail business, if you're not going to do it yourself, is through leverage. Building your team, having other people, okay? You have to have other people. You have to build your team. You have to talk to people. You have to develop relationships with people. There's no other way to get around it, okay, other than just you writing a check. I've done both, by the way. Traditionally, I've always run my direct mail business actually just on my own with employees. Okay, for probably about 10 or 12 years, I had about 8 or 10 employees, 12 employees, something like that, that would basically handle all the orders, handle all the mail, do all the printing, worry about all the leads, like they did everything. I set it all up, I built out all the offers, and I plugged in employees, okay, to do it for me. For years. Of course, with that comes the pain of having employees in an office and, having to write checks to people and all that kind of stuff and manage them, and they're off sick and So I decided, let's go to kind of more of a leverage model through allowing other people to generate income too, to generate the money too, to share in the revenue with me through leverage, right? Through allowing other team members to also make money building businesses. So no employees, that's a bonus, but I have to build the team. I have to make sure everybody else is generating leads, generating income, building their businesses, having success with me. Okay, a lot of pressure there too. So if you're going to build your business and you're not going to write a check for the entire thing, you need to build your team. You need to focus on those relationships with the people that are coming into the business. You need to have relationships with people. You need to be speaking with people. You need to be encouraging them. You need to be getting them excited to build a business with you. If you're not willing to do that, one of two things. You either write a check for the entire business, okay, and get it going yourself and just completely run the direct mail business yourself, which I'm happy to teach you guys how to do, by the way. Drop me a line, give me a call, send me an email. I'll show you how to set it up, okay? But you got to be willing to spend $20,000, $30,000 to get it going. You're not going to get it going with $1,000, okay, unless you use leverage. You can get a business going for $1,000 if you use leverage. $200, $300, you can get it going as long as you're willing to work with other people. You don't want to work with other people, write a check to me for 25 grand. I'll get your whole business going. You'll have it going and it'll continue going. You just do it on your own, okay? We'll set you up with a direct mail company. They'll do all your mailings, right? We'll get you a letter. We got to test it, you know, but that's the point is like most people don't have a $25,000 check to write. Most people don't have $50,000 to drop per month on a direct mail campaign. Because what if it doesn't work 1 month? Like, are you completely out of business and wiped out? Or do you have another $20,000, $30,000 to get it going again? Okay, and that's the tough part of direct mail. Okay? Flip side, through Postcard Networker or other systems similar to what we've set up for you, you can get that leverage. You can get going for $200, right? $300. You can get everything going. And that's where we focus most of our energy. That's where we focus most of our time. And that's where you can get excited about building a business if you just stick with it long enough, right? Like I've had people that have been in Postcard Networker for a year or two, 3 years, that are still building a successful team after 3 years. They're still generating leads. They're still putting people in their business. They're still getting paid. They're still getting checks coming in from all the effort that they've been doing. But because they focused on the leverage and they knew that it was going to take time because they didn't have a huge amount of money to push in. Okay. Number 6 is cash flow. Obviously, as you're building your business, you want money coming back, reinvest it, coming back, reinvest it, coming back, reinvest it. Okay. So just make sure as we build the systems together and as you're building your business that you're in a network marketing company or in a business that's going to write you a check every month for all the leads that you're generating. Okay. You're putting these people into something. If you're going to talk to them and work with them and get them sending out postcards with you and building a team and building a business, make sure there's somewhere good for them to land that they're going to be excited about, buying products and services every month, okay, and getting you paid. And the 7th thing is just back-end sales. And cash flow and back-end sales kind of marry together a little bit here. We want to make sure that we have something for people to buy. There's only really two considerations for you in terms of back-end sales and cash flow, okay? You either pick, these are the two things that you got to pick from, okay? You either pick kind of a higher dollar value one-time sale offer, $500, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, okay? One-time sale offer. Or you pick like a network marketing company where people are spending like $100 a month, $150 a month. Okay, and you're getting paid $7, $10, $20 per member per month. Okay, the high-end sales, of course, if you sell them a $1,000 kit or a $1,000 business or something like that, you might make $700 up front, but never another commission after that, okay, off that person. So you just got to decide. I mean, do I want to build a team long term and make $7 to $10 a head, right, off of all the members that come into the whole organization and generate a residual income coming in every month? Or am I more comfortable, more excited about making a $500, $700, $1,000 immediate payment, but I don't get paid again on that person ever, right? Like $1,000 up front. That's it, right? Those are the two big options in terms of back-end cash flow, back-end sales. You just have to decide which fits you better. Network marketing to me is a little easier for people because the sales are a smaller dollar value. Okay, a lot of people are drawn in by residual income, excited about residual income. I still get paid from multiple network marketing companies to this day. The oldest one, I think, is from 2007. Still getting a check. That's, what, 12 years later? Haven't built it in probably 10 years. Still getting a check every month. 12 years later. How many people can say that they built a network marketing company for a year or two, 12 years later, still getting a check? Another company I built probably in 2010, maybe 9 years ago, something like that, still getting a check. Now that check's a lot bigger. Products and services from a company, okay? And we decided to go back and start building that one again. Because it's so strong. I mean, I'm still getting a check 10 years later, still getting a check. May as well start building it again. May as well put some more people in it, build up that check a little higher again, right? Because if it's still going, if I'm still getting paid from it month after month after month after month, may as well build it up again, right? So you just got to decide, where do you want your money coming in from? You want it coming in from a network marketing company that might pay you for the next 5 or 10 or 20 years? Send out some mail now, build it for the next year or 2, 3 years, and get paid for the next 10? That's a pretty good deal. Yeah, it might cost you a little bit to get it going, cost you some time, cost you some money, but if it's going to write you a check every month for the next decade, it's kind of like a little mini retirement plan, right? So I just want you to consider, as you continue to build your business month after month, these 7 things have to exist in your direct mail business. And you have choices with all of them, right? You have choices of ways to operate them. Building the volume, building the leads, sales copy, okay? Whether or not you want leverage or do it yourself, you've got all the different options. I laid them out for you. You just have to make sure that as you build the business, you take advantage of what's available. And don't kid yourself, right? There's some companies out there, and there's some leaders out there, and there's some people out there that are going to promise you the world. They're going to say, well, this system converts at a 7.5%, and you're going to get rich if you just do it for 30 days. Nah, it's direct mail. It won't really work that way. Okay, not if you send out 100 pieces or 200 pieces or 500 pieces. Send out 50,000, yeah, it'll work, okay? As long as it's converting, but don't send out the 50,000 the first month, right? Send out 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, see if it works. Or send out 200 pieces a month forever, right? And build a team. It's really quite simple. So anyway, hopefully this is giving you guys, I don't know, just kind of a behind the scenes look a little bit, I guess, in terms of some of the direct mail concepts. Sometimes, and this is something that I've been realizing that I personally do. Sometimes I listen to audios and listen to trainings and stuff like that, and I don't necessarily take all the training stuff out, but I'm continually absorbed in that business, and it makes me connect better to the businesses. Makes me connect better to building my own business, because I'm like reinforcing what I already know. I'm reinforcing some of the ideas. So even if I didn't give you anything new today, hopefully it's reinforced some of the ideas that you already know, and just, you know, kind of encourages you to keep going, encourages you to keep building. And one day, either you might be running your own direct mail system, or maybe you'll be a top leader in your network marketing company, and you'll think back and you'll say, you know, some of those trainings that we did, even though I didn't necessarily learn anything brand new that I could apply immediately, it reinforced everything that I was doing and gave me the encouragement to keep going and keep pushing in the right direction. So hopefully one of two things: either you learned something new, or it just gave you the encouragement to continue pushing in the right direction and continue building your business today. So anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. I wish you all the best. We'll definitely see you guys all next week as well. And we'll talk to you all very soon. So bye for now.